Imagine your body is a giant factory where there's lots of worker working, and work of the art of the worker is building, repairing, maintaining, but one day they do some mistake that can cause harm in entire factory. Just like that, protein is a basic fundamental building blocks of our body that plays a central role in nearly every body functions. It is necessary for the building, repairing, maintaining every kind of functions. But it can also cause some harms that is actually not defined yet, or that could have not solved until these two research papers came out. In 2024, Nobel Prize for Chemistry has been awarded for 3 scientists, with the half of the prize awarded to Professor David Baker from University of Washington for his contribution to computational protein design, and other half of the prize awarded equally to Demis Hassabis and John Jumper from Google DeepMind for their contribution of protein structure prediction. So in this video, we are gonna to know about what is protein, how is it beneficial to our bodies, and why has it become so essential to understanding the future of science. Guys, just like I say, protein is a basic fundamental building block of our body, which is a vital nutrient that plays a central role in nearly every body functions. And protein is necessary for the building, maintaining, repairing tissues including muscles, bones, skins, and hair. For example, in a bone perspective, it increases bone density for reducing the risk of fracture. Protein is required for producing enzymes, hormones, and other biomolecules that regulate various bodily functions. Protein is necessary for the production of antibodies, which helps fight off infections and diseases. Protein is basically everywhere in the body, from brain cells to the ankle, in hemoglobin for blood work, in insulin for sugar management, in serotonin, everywhere. So it's extremely necessary. That's why every bodybuilder uses protein for their health. But protein are made up polypeptide chains, which are compared of 20 different amino acids, each one with different chemical property like a carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, that are linked to each other via covalent peptide bond. The polypeptide chains can fold into many different areas called conformations. Conformations are the special arrangement of atoms that can result from movement of atoms without breaking of bonds. You can understand amino acids' importance by this structure. Just like that, amino acids are the backbone of a protein, and protein is a backbone of protein type. And it's a very important point. It means that protein has lots of structures and types, from primary structure to the quaternary structure, and the final quaternary structure suggests that what will this arrangement of amino acids become. I mean, just like a brain cells, any necessary cells, or any harmful like type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, just like that, bad examples. And further, protein types are the backbone of the cells, and cells after tissues, after organs, after body. So this is all of the structures are basically from protein. You understand before, protein as a type, but not in a structure. Protein structure can be described in terms of a 4 level of organizations: primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. There's a 4 types of structure. The primary structure is a simple series of amino acids, which is not a complex model. But of course, this sequence contains all of the information necessary for the higher order of the structure. It's a simple trail of series of amino acids. Let's come to the secondary structure, which is formed by hydrogen bond, interaction of adjacent amino acids, large number of such local interaction from alpha helices and beta pleated sheets. Secondary structure not look that hard, but is try to fold for creating some complexity in further future. And the tertiary structure is a more compact 3-dimensional shape. Large protein often consists of several protein domains, which are distinct structural units that fold somewhat independently from one to another. And the final quaternary structure is found in those proteins that have 2 or more interacting polypeptide chains, which are then turned subunits. And you can say this is a main cause. This is a final confusion and complexity level where scientists stuck. So why am I explaining you all of this? Because for making an accurate understanding of protein folding, you have to understand why it matters and why their structure is such an important thing. For the basic fundamental of this Nobel Prize, that's mean how protein works and how it looks, which is going to do, it's a highly depend upon its structure. It's a 3-dimensional structure. So there in the body, so many protein type works, but it depends on the structure. A slight change in their structure is going to malfunction. Yeah, it can cause various diseases. So protein misfolding, unfolding, and protein structural changes, everything are unpredictable. So for understanding the problem level, if you see the quaternary structure and primary structure, then it look like it's merging from primary to quaternary structure, right? In 1972, Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to Christian and Finson, where those guys did discover that the three-dimensional structure of a protein depends upon its amino acid sequence. It means in which sequence these amino acids are aligned. But for accurate understanding, if you take 100 amino acid sequence, there's hundreds of them, and if you want to know how these hundreds of amino acids are going to arrange, so there's a millions of possibilities, and in which they can arrange themselves and form a protein structure. Can you believe that? And this is the real depth of the seriousness. And for that we are struggling since last 50 years. And scientists did try to solve these in many ways. They have been creating a grammar of protein. And they have been solving these problems with different ways, which include NMR spectroscopy. Second method, if you can crystallize the protein, you can see or you can look upon its using X-ray crystallography. And there are advanced techniques like an electron microscopy. Using all these techniques, you can look the three-dimensional structure of a protein. And once you know that, you can predict, which is not easy, very time-consuming and expensive. So the problem is much more bigger than we think. Think about it. First of all, we have to go and then we have to calculate in the level of atoms, millions of possibilities of protein type, which is much more difficult than our thoughts. These things have been simplified by new methods. In the year of 2003, Professor David Baker, he found something which is called computational protein design. He went reverse direction of a design by his software Rosetta. Instead of from the primary structure of the amino acids to the protein, he reversed the process. He first made the protein with the structure of a protein, and by that he was able to predict the amino acid sequence. So he started from the structure of the protein and went back to the amino acid sequence. And benefit was that you can design your own protein here. Once you're able to know the protein, you can get to know the amino acid sequence of that. And if you know the amino acid sequence, you can use different biochemical techniques to synthesize them in a lab, which is useful in vaccine. If you want to inhibit a virus, you can design a protein that's going to stick spikes of the virus, and that can inhibit its functions. And if you design that protein, now you can get back and find out its amino acid sequence. And once you know that amino acid sequence, you can synthesize the protein. But it's still hadn't solved from the fun reaction, which is still a big headache for the scientists. But in the year of 2016, Google DeepMind is struggling with this problem. For solving the protein problem in computer and for creating a computational design, you have to be at least 90% accurate. And in 2016, they were at 14% accuracy. This is the data from the 2006 to 2016, right? And now hold on a seat. What happened in 2018? This is called something really AI revolution. It looks like the DeepMind's AlphaFold was near to 60%. But in 2020, it's around 90% mark, which is almost accurate. And this is the real proof that how can AI change our future. Well, after this step is done, that AI can be given a new impact and will be able to create this 3D structure in about a minute, which can change the world in biology. You can create a protein that can dissolve plastics in your body. Think about that, you are eating nowadays lots of microplastics. But after that revolution, you will be able to fight off all of that. You can change the world. We can create a better medicines, better drug designs for saving the many different kinds of other diseases. And also can create a more healthy foods, enzymes, which can evolve our body in near further future. So thank you guys for watching this video till the end. Thumbs up if you want to more information about the next video of AlphaFold. There's a lots of developments has happened. So if you like the video, I will create it. Do subscribe and comment about my video. Thank you. Bye.